how was your meditation last week? Carol, you're the first one in, so.
Well, it was good when I was doing it, which was not every day, but it was good then. Of course, we are competing with this construction across the street from us, including the music and the guys talking. And so it's really challenging, but we're doing it.
And the tuba.
Yeah, that tuba music. Oh my God.
It really carries well. And anyway, how about you, Barley?
I'm good. I don't practice every day either. And when I practice, it's usually short, but I still believe in it. That's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband is outside playing loud music. Can you hear that in the background? Should I go to mute?
No, wait, I can't hear it.
Okay, good.
No, I don't hear it.
Okay.
But then I don't hear a whole lot, so I can't go by that.
Well, I have my earphones on. So. How about you, Richard?
For me, it was it's very good to notice thoughts arising and trying to hook one into following it and making a story, and to then inquire and come back to this moment, to the I, and just keep observing how those thoughts keep coming up and keep coming back and becoming quieter and quieter.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And you know, what you should notice is that, you know, we're not really able to stop thoughts. They still will keep coming. That's what the mind does. What we can do is not latch onto them, not respond to them, not give them energy. The energy that thoughts have is from us. And
That's right, and it reminds me of a story that Ram and I used to talk about, the bull that would go to the neighbor's field and eat the
Yes.
grass, and to find a way to keep the bull over here, you know, and feed it that sweet grass, and the sweet grass of peace will eventually reign. And yes, the thoughts, we think that there are thoughts. They're not even our thought. They're just thoughts that keep popping up, and to not hook into them is the great gift of the inquiry and the meditation.
right, and we'll talk a little bit about that today.
Okay.
Now, how about you, Cheryl, on the road? Are you able to meditate?
A little bit here and there. It's certainly not every day. I'm with Carol. When it happens, it's great, but it hasn't been every day. But I'm hanging in there. It's good.
Okay.
You
Okay.
forgot Doug. You forgot Doug.
I forgot Doug. Oh no, how are you doing? Doug is the star.
Last but not least,
No.
I had a good week meditating. Especially yesterday, I watched again that video from last week about happiness.
Yes.
And I was really meditating and thinking about that. And it seems to me that happiness, or being happy, is our default. But we allow other things to interfere, either from within or from without. But it's us allowing it.
Yes.
Last week I was saying about how I'm happy, but everybody else makes me unhappy. But not everybody else. Present company all excluded, of course. But but yes, but that's because I allow it. I allow other things to irritate me. I think the opposite of happiness is anger. I used to think it was maybe it was sadness, but you can be sad and happy at the same time, but I don't think you can be angry and happy at the same time.
I kind of feel
So,
like the opposite of happiness is agitation.
well, yeah, well, that too, lack of peace.
Uh-huh. That's
Yeah,
as Richard was talking about, the bull thinking the grass is better over there.
right. Yeah, remember we talked about that bull some time ago.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's it.
And also, what you talked about there, Doug, is a process that's been used for thousands of years in spiritual stuff and learning about the meditation and yourself. And the process is listen or read, then reflect. And when you're reflecting, you're dealing with it cognitively with your mind and compare and contrast with your own experience and things like that. And then the last part is to meditate. And when you are meditating, what you're doing is you're starting to bring it into your experience. And when you bring it into your experience, is where it becomes powerful and can really change you and change how you know yourself. So, without even hearing what you're supposed to do, you were doing what you were supposed to do because you said, you
That's,
listened to it and you thought about it for a while. And then when you're meditating about it, you saw this other stuff.
yeah, and I had a really deep meditation too, and that was yesterday after I watched that for the second time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to point out you perfectly illustrated what is the actual process of dealing with this material and taking it deeply into yourself.
Okay.
So very good. Now let us then have our first meditation for today. And meditation is present moment awareness, paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non judgmentally, fully receive whatever it experienced, and then let it go. All right. Now, today I'm going to talk about silence. It seems kind of funny to be making noise about silence, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know reality. You know deep within yourself what is real, what is true. You are this reality. For most of us, our minds get in the way of this reality with imagination and projection of a mental reality based on an assumed individual with a world for this individual to take part in. Meditation is a way to start to see this process within yourself and to learn to stand free from it. It is stand free from it in the reality which is already within you as your deepest self. What comes is not transformation, since that means becoming something else. It's more of revelation, seeing yourself as you really have always been. Silence is when you're not reaching out into this world with its activities and entanglements. Instead, you are resting, content within yourself. Then reality becomes apparent. It just floats up out of the silence. Real silence is internal. It's not a matter of external factors. In the midst of noise, there is silence, inner silence. This inner silence is the space, so to speak, in which all the noise erupts. You can focus your attention on this silence, and everything is quieter. You are quieter. You are the silence. Then there is sound, all the noise. The thing about sound, about noise, is that the ears have a direct connection to the brain. You can't shut them off. And sound brings emotional responses and gets you stirred up. The sound of a tiger nearby will bring fear and arousal. The sound of a friend singing brings an entirely different emotional response. And all of these seem wired into the system. The reaction seems automatic. But if you notice this and feel it while it is happening, you can choose not to react, not to respond. Then the wired in response doesn't come. The sound moves through you with no lasting impression. You can be the impartial witness, which is actually who you are anyway. This ends the reaction, since it was somebody reacting to something. And as the witness, you are not that somebody anymore. Instead, you are the witness of the sound and the reaction. And there's no need for, for you to react and respond. The greatest trouble, though, is from the noise from your mind. Real silence is when this internal noise stops. This is the purpose of meditation, the purpose of self-inquiry. To make this noise stop, you have to be satisfied, at ease, content with what you have, where you are here, and who you are now. You can't be like that bull longing for the grass on the other side of the fence. There's plenty of grass under your feet. Here's a poem by Chuck Hillig, who is a modern American spiritual teacher. Anyone can hear the noise in their mind that's hiding within the silence. But can you also hear the silence in your heart that's hiding within the noise? Only in stillness will you discover the quiet in the middle of the chaos. Only in stillness will we discover the hush in the middle of the rush. This silence is always in you. You just need to stop and listen for it, then stand in the silence. Now we have a short video, 10-minute silence and stillness guided meditation. Let me cue it up.
Let's first start by finding a comfortable position. Let your body relax. In this meditation, we're going to focus on stillness. What is stillness? It's inner space or awareness. It allows you to perceive. Stillness is your essential nature. Let's start by focusing on your breath. Breathe naturally. Take a moment to focus on your breathing. Just pay attention to the in and out breath. Notice how your chest moves up and down. Notice how it feels through each nostril. You may also be feeling your belly moving up and down. Allow your breath to be natural. Now let's focus on the stillness in the room. Notice how subtle it is. Feel the silence and stillness within your body. Stillness is our essential nature. It is our true self. Breathe into the stillness. Feel the stillness. Allow your body to relax into the stillness. Open to the stillness. Become the stillness. If a thought appears, just notice it and allow that thought to dissolve in stillness. Just notice the stillness. Pay attention to it, because it's only through stillness that you can be aware of silence. This stillness or awareness is the background to all your sense perceptions. Becoming aware of awareness is the arising of inner stillness. Now let's take these remaining moments and let's just sit in stillness. Remember, the more you practice sitting in stillness, the easier it will become. Thank you for joining me in this meditation.
And now we have our final meditation period. Just settle in, feel your breath, and notice who within you knows this flow of breath, the witness that just knows without being involved. Now notice the silence between two breaths. Notice the silence between two thoughts. And just rest in this silence. All right. And let's close the meditation with a short chant. Om
Oh.
Shanti, Shanti,
Shanti,
Shanti.
Shanti.
Om. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Questions or comments? Everybody's nice and quiet?
Silence is beautiful.
Good.
When it's hard to keep my focus when I'm in, when there's noise coming from outside, like when I'm interacting with other people, my inner silence, my witness just vanishes immediately.
Mhm.
So is that just practice or is
I
that
think
something
that
else?
I think that is just practice. You get to where you can just let the noise flow through you, and there may be some, kind of initial sense of the emotional reaction as your mind tries to catch on to it, but you can just quiet that down and just let it come and go.
As I
The
said
your
before, there's all kinds of music going on in the backyard, which is music that I love. But so I just kept on meditating with the music in the background.
Mhm. Now, music is one of the things that can be hard because uh, our minds are wired to react emotionally to music, and so it can be troublesome. But still, there's a place of peace and quiet within all of that stuff. And this is something I know direct from my own experience, is there is this place of deep inner silence, and it's just there. We don't pay attention to it.
It's hard to find a place where everything is really quiet. I used to live 18 miles from a town, 2 miles up back in the hills, and I could
Uh-huh.
still hear the cars on the highway. But so
Well,
it's hard to
that's,
find a place.
you're not going to find quiet in most places of the world, at
Mhm,
least not auditory quiet. The
mhm,
quiet, though, you can find is within yourself.
mhm.
And once you find that quiet, then uh, this other noise is not so disturbing. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. And it's good to see you and good to meditate together. Namaste. And we'll see you again next week.
Namaste. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay.